I would just like to welcome you all to this year's annual graduation ceremony. Before the ceremony commences, could I draw your attention to page 27 of the programme, which gives you the instructions on emergency procedures to follow in the event of a fire. Could I ask you all to check that your mobile phones are switched off before the start of the ceremony? I would also like to remind you that there is a celebration for all graduates and guests at the Grimsby Minster. After the ceremony, we will process through the town to the Minster. Could you please stand as the platform party enters? Please be seated. Erica Stoddart, Chair of Governors, University Centre Grimsby and Scarborough Tech, will be giving the opening address.
Good morning, everybody, and it's lovely to see so many people here and an absolutely full hall full of family friends. I just want to say a few welcomes before we start. First of all, thank you for attending the Deputy Mayor of the Borough of North East Lincolnshire, Councillor David Hasthorpe, the Deputy Lord Lieutenant of Lincolnshire, Alex Baxter, our special guest today, Richard Askham, who is a local lad, said to me he used to sing in the Minster, the Pro-Vice-Chancellor Education for Hull University, Professor Becky Huxley Binns, and also I'd like to say a big thank you to both students of the University Centre here at Grimsby, but also students or graduates from Scarborough Tech who are also here today to receive their awards and degrees. I'd just like to say thank you to family and friends that are here today. Without you, a lot of our graduates wouldn't even be here today, because the support that you give over the number of years that they have been studying is really, really important. I know myself because I've done 2 lots of late life study, and without my husband forcing me up the stairs sometimes, I actually would not have completed either my accountancy qualification or the further education that I did. So really, really grateful to you. Later on, we will be processing through the town, so just hope that you all have an absolutely great day. It's a wonderful day. The weather looks as if it's going to be really good, so we will be able to process. But I just hope that you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And to the students, well done, and I hope that you enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. We will now move on to the presentation of the academic prizes. The following prizes will be presented by Richard Askham, our principal guest. The Rachel Barnes Memorial Prize for Commitment to Education is awarded to Francesca French. The John Sunley Memorial Prize for Outstanding Commitment is awarded to Gemma Hassell. The E-Factor Group Award for Outstanding Achievement is awarded to Hayley Sacker. The Visitor Economy Services and Retail VESR Award for Outstanding Achievement goes to Rachel Lawson. The Faculty of Digital and Creative Industries Award for Most Improved Student goes to Sean Curtis. The Wendy Stubbs Memorial Prize for High Achievement is awarded to Catherine Barber. And that concludes the Academic Prizes presentation today. We will now move on to the presentation of the awards. The University of Hull Awards will be conferred by Pro-Vice-Chancellor Education, Professor Becky Huxley-Binns. All of the awards were presented by our principal guest, Richard Askin. The CIPD Level 7 Diploma, Human Resource Management, Aisha Hall. Rowena Howard. CIPD Level 7 Certificate Human Resource Management, Samantha Goodacre. CIPD Level 5 Certificate Human Resource Management, Paul Asquith. Layla Davidson. Kelly Harrison. Hannah Portis. Emily Taylor. CMI Level 5 Diploma, Management and Leadership, Amanda Griffin. Thank you, Richard. Can I now welcome Professor Becky Huxley-Binns onto the stage for the Hull Awards. On postgraduate certificate in education, teaching in the lifelong learning sector, Jenny Alice. Olivia Christostomou. Tansy Crowler. Georgina Dale. Amy Froud. Pominderjit Guman. Larita Hajari. Alice Judge. Maria Kavanagh. Jennifer Kendall. Bradley Lamming. Justin Mason. Craig MacArthur. Lee McLachlan. Nicholas Steele. Cara Tidswell. Laura Whittle. Eloise Wood. On professional graduate certificate in education, teaching in the lifelong learning sector, Zoe Adams. Miles Bell. Alice Keynes. Albany Chatterton. Caroline Dixon. On certificate in education, teaching in the lifelong learning sector, Joel Broddle. Robin Cant Harvey. Perry Dixon. Shelley Druitt. Francesca French. Ryan Phillips. On BA Honours Business Management, with First Class Honours, Robert Fisher. With First Class Honours, Lucy Waller. Zoe Whittleton. On BA Honours Business Management with Accounting, Leanne Bakes. Gemma Hassell. Benjamin Lawrence. Lauren Mackenzie. With first class honours, Tyler Nichols. Chantel Wetton. On BA Honours Business Management with Marketing, Michelle Berry. Scott Forrington. With first class honours, Hayley Saker. Alexandru Vilcea. Emily Webster. Reese Whitfield. On BA Honours Tourism and Business Management top-up, James Burke. Hannah Dixon. Amy Haig. With first class honours, Rachel Lawson. With first class honours, Gemma Leaning. Levi McGinn. Tanya Thompson. Carrie-Anne Vaughan. On BSc, Honours Computing Technologies top-up, Mark Bedford. Sean Curtis. Daniel Lay. With first class honours, Rebecca Room. With first class honours, William Ward. Craig Wharton. Joseph Wilkinson. Thank you, Professor Becky Huxley-Binns. Can I welcome back onto the stage our principal guest, Richard Askham, for the final awards. On FDA Tourism Management, Ashton Arbrintos. With distinction, Catherine Barber. Ellie Mae Benifer. Phoenix Chesman Hall. Bethany Downing. Bethany Honor. Naomi Linfitt. With distinction, Charlie Ann Rutland. Stephanie Shaw. Jasmine Smith. Alexandra Stetchen. On HND Sport and Exercise Sciences top-up, Kaya Parrott. On HNC Business, Katie Bement. Sorry, I forgot to say with distinction, Katie Bement. Jake Jarrett. And that concludes the presentation of the awards. I would now like to ask our principal guest, Richard Askham, to give the address.
Stay standing. Thank you. Thank you, Nathan. Honoured guests, Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, parents, friends, and all-round whoopers. Thank you. I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't get a whoop, but you now have a... Thank you. Thank you. I think that's what they call fishing for compliments. But it worked, so hey. I'm also a little distracted, I have to say, this morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a long time since I've had the feeling of hair in my eyes. And this kind of fringe thing, it seemed like a good idea at the time, but right now it's all I can see. So apologies if I seem a little distracted. What a beautiful start to a Friday in this wonderful building of ours, and with the sun shining through the windows. And at the start of the next bit for you lot down here, not you lot down here, I'm so unbelievably blown away by what you've achieved and been recognised for achieving today. You should be extremely proud of yourselves. We are, as a town, extremely proud that you come to us to study, and hopefully some of you will stay. At the very least, you'll leave a little bit of wisdom behind you for others to follow, because it feels like the next stage, not only of your life and the journey that you're about to start, but also Grimsby's life. because there's many people on the stage here, I'm sure, that can remember when this simply didn't happen. And so the fact that it's happening today gives me huge pleasure. It's also a massive honour for me to be asked here today. It was interesting when I was introduced earlier on. Many people wonder how to introduce me. Usually it's tall, or a Grimsby lad was about as good as I can do, because everything else really doesn't matter. Everything else is the noise. I'm very, very proud to be a Grimsby boy. It's the reason that I still live here. It's the reason that I work here. It's the reason that I'm hugely honoured to be here today, to be able to say congratulations to you. And when I was asked to come and give this address this morning, it was wrapped up in a euphemism for me, which I bought into straight away. We'd like you to give some words of wisdom. What they actually mean is, you're quite old, say something. And that's about all I've got, to be honest, on that basis. But what I would say is the thing that I've learned through the years that I've been lucky enough to be in business in this area and work with the people that I've worked with in this area, some of whom are here today. And it's always very refreshing for me to walk back into this building, because there's people I've known here for years. Even the young man that's taking the photographs over there has been taking photographs of my ugly face for the last 25 years. He still doesn't know why, but he's going to do it anyway. But it's that feeling of place that is so close to all of our hearts. And actually, it's the feeling of the people within that place. And that's the key skill to take away from your university days and your graduation today and into the next bit of your life. It is all about people. Everything else enables the relationships to happen, but it's the people and the conversations that you have with those people that actually makes them real. So I'm going to ask a question of you now that I asked. Actually, I was lucky enough to come up to Scarborough Tech last summer to speak to some of the teachers there. Some of those might remember this. They're the ones with their head in their hands now, because I'm about to repeat the question that I asked them. How many of you in this room, by a show of hands, have ever sat outside a nightclub on a curb, a little bit drunk, possibly a little bit poorly, crying, talking to a complete stranger about your deepest, darkest fears, and somehow strangely feeling a little bit better as a result? Anyone? No. I'm on my own, okay. Well, I've been there before, trust me. The irony of that situation is that nothing has changed about your deepest, darkest fears, and yet you feel strangely better because you've chosen to talk about them. One of the things that I advocate more than any other is do not lose the value of conversation. Even though we live in a world where we are surrounded by wonderful, beautiful, sexy technology devices that somebody else has created for us, in a very short space of time, we've all changed the way that we behave. So how many people, again, sorry, this is like a quiz, how many people, again, have got a smartphone? Yep. And how many of those people go to their smartphone to check to see if they've received an email? Yep. Just so you know, that's like going to your front door to see if somebody's knocked. It's madness. And yet we all do it. We all do it because the technology allows us to do it, but just because we can doesn't mean we should. I'm not saying get rid of technology at all. I'm saying use it to your advantage. But in doing so, don't forget the thing that we were all born with the ability to do, and somehow technology has encouraged us a little to forget the value of, which is talking to each other. Because it's in those conversations that stuff gets done. And it's that moment sitting on that curb with that stranger who probably regrets sitting down next to you and saying, "Are you all right?" Because that's just not the... And then you go, "Oh, really? Gosh, why did I do that?" But honestly, it's in those moments, and you'll find this as you take off the tassel today, that it's actually all about people, and it's all about place. Many, many congratulations to you today. Thank you all for coming, and thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. I would now like to ask Gemma Hassell to give the student vote of thanks.
Hello, I'm Gemma Hassell, and when I started business management with accounting, I was shy, confused and scared of what the future may hold. Over the past 3 years, I have had my patience tested. I have cried so many tears, and it has been the utmost hardest I have ever worked. But aside of this, with the huge guidance from the Grimsby Institute, it has been the most rewarding and biggest achievement to date. I am not much of a public speaker, but standing here today delivering the vote of thanks on behalf of my fellow graduates is such an honour I refuse to turn down. I would like to share a few stories from my time with the Grimsby Institute that has been extremely tough. I have just turned 25. I have 2 beautiful children, Leo, who is your typical crazy, happy 4-year-old little boy, and Dottie, who has just turned 1. Dottie was born 6 weeks early at the end of year 2. She spent 17 days on the neonatal ward, where she had numerous tests done. Over the past year, Dottie has been given a huge amount of diagnoses, which all stem from a genetic disorder. Dottie has 2 rare chromosome disorders, but is a happy, sassy little girl who takes everything in her stride. She has faced so many challenges over the year, many hospital stays and countless amounts of tests. But seeing her courage on a day-to-day basis made me realise that if she can still smile at the end of each day, despite her additional needs, then I can achieve anything. Dealing with this life-changing news alongside completing the final year of my degree has been proven incredibly challenging, and there has been multiple times I came close to giving up. I feel extremely lucky for all the support I have received, especially when I needed it most. I am so thankful to my children who gave me motivation and determination to aim high in life and better our future. I owe so much gratitude to the Institute for giving me the opportunity to better my career and future. To the tutors who have taught me over the 3 years and all of the support that came with this, without your expert knowledge, none of us would be attending this graduation today. My friends and family have been a huge part of my journey, and my amazing husband-to-be, I thank you for pushing me to keep going when things got too much. Without your support, I'm not sure I would be standing here. My family for being there to help with childcare is just unrepayable. Knowing my children are happier and in safe hands made attending uni so much easier. Without your help, completing this degree would have been impossible. To my friends, I thank you for always being there and listening to the hard times and understanding when I had to skip our social outings for essays and books. The class of Business Management 2019, some brilliant people I have met along this journey. I could thank many of my classmates individually for the support over the 3 years, but this last year, when I struggled most, I would firstly like to thank Chantal Wetton, who helped me through it all, the tears, the laughs, and the endless hours spent in the uni library. We may have gained a few pounds from all the stress eating, but we've finally done it. Tyler Nichols, I thank you for so much support. The private tuitions you have given me in your spare time has been a huge help in completing the degree. Reese Whitfield, thank you for always being so positive and the encouragement that you give me. I would also like to take this moment to thank my tutor, Nick Ragg, who has taken time to go above and beyond in giving me extra support, especially when it all got too much and I was ready to give up. You helped to restore the faith in myself. Finally, thank you to everyone for making 3 years so memorable. It's been an absolute blast. And even though we spent most of our time dreaming about today, I must admit I'm very emotional that the day has come and it's now all over. Congratulations to all graduates who are celebrating such an amazing achievement. You should all be so proud of yourselves, as I'm sure each and every one of you has your own story on the challenges you've faced along this journey. Well done.
Thank you, Gemma. I would now like to introduce Jill Elton, OBE, Chief Executive of University Centre Grimsby, who will conclude the ceremony.
Good morning, everybody, and Gemma, a massive whoop from me. That was stunning. Well done. This is the best event of the year for me, without a doubt. And I can't begin to tell you how proud I am for the drive and commitment you've all demonstrated over the past few years to get to this position. You are graduating, and I know with absolute certainty that your family, your friends, and your tutors are just bursting with pride. I'd like to take a few minutes now, though, to talk to you about preparing for your next steps. You've done brilliantly to achieve your degree, and the knowledge gained will prepare you for whatever you choose to do next. But I also want to draw attention to the skills you've gained, the wisdom, the problem-solving skills, and the ability to adapt and challenge yourself. When you consider that 65% of young people in school today will enter jobs that don't currently exist, you begin to think about what education needs to do to prepare everyone for that fast-changing future. Clearly, it isn't enough to be technically brilliant in today's skills because things move on quickly. We all need to adapt to embrace change at a pace which we can't even begin to predict. When I was at school, I would never have dreamt we would have autonomous cars or the ability to pay at a pub with your phone or your watch, or order something and the same day a drone drops it off. In my day, people trained for years to be 100-word-a-minute typists. Teenagers today can do that. 50% of teenagers today can type at 100 words a minute. That's unbelievably impressive. I know predictive text helps. I had to study foreign languages in my day, but I asked myself, would I need to do that now when my phone can make me fluent in 152 languages? And when I was in Russia recently, I purposely learnt a few words so I had the common courtesy to communicate. But actually, without my phone, it was absolutely invaluable. So, in this fast-changing world, why is education important? It's important because it isn't just about providing you with facts and figures and technical knowledge. Actually, the really important bit is about preparing you as an individual to play a full part in work and society. And it's always been that. Education is such a powerful tool because it helps build our inner and outer strength, often without us even realising it. It helps us assess and analyse situations and develops our critical thinking. That helps us deal with challenges and problems. It makes us better decision makers. Education is also about challenging our prejudices and helping us recognise the importance of tolerance and social understanding, to have respect for others and integrity in our actions. And it's this part of education that becomes our foundation for life. I would imagine that many of you feel very different to the person you were when you enrolled a few years ago, and that's normal. That's part of your journey in 3 years of education. I am really a true believer in education. It has transformed my life in terms of my career, but perhaps more importantly, it's transformed my life as a person and as a citizen. So you're still making me feel emotional from your speech. My values in life are the things I treasure the most. So embrace your next choices, bask in the glory of your achievements, and do your best to make a difference to the community you serve and work in. Before I finish though, I want to pay tribute to my colleagues who I know go the extra mile every day. I particularly want to make reference to the marketing team who have produced this in a faultless fashion. Their attention to detail is extraordinary. They're incredible. To the HE team who guide you, support you, and have done so in the last 3 years, but are now making sure that this ceremony works beautifully. And to Nathan, who is an absolutely brilliant MC. And you can do as much whooping as you like now. If you want to do it for a quick minute, whoop, and let them know. Come on, whoop. I believe we're not an outstanding organisation by chance. It's because everyone cares about the job they do and the impact they have on the lives of students. Quite frankly, my team are extraordinary. And I speak for myself and my board when I say a massive thank you to them all for what they do. So, students, family and friends, enjoy the day. You deserve it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. And that brings this morning's ceremony to an end. Can I remind you all that there is a celebration for all graduates and guests at the Grimsby Minster after we finish, and that we'll be processing through the town to the Minster. Please follow the instructions from the marshals en route. Could guests please stand while the procession leaves the ceremony hall?